Welcome to AlphaCars Motorcycles. My name is Ian, and today I'm showing you this awesome German wagon. This is a 2016 Mercedes E350 4MATIC luxury wagon in indigo blue metallic. Check this color out. Especially when the sun comes out, it looks a bit different. That metallic really pops, and this color was an option that was paid for when the car was new. Speaking of options, it has over $8,000 in factory options, including the premium package, lighting package, keyless go, heated front seats, and more. In this video, we're going to review this E-Class in its entirety, including the exterior, the interior, as we're seeing now, which has a beautiful color combo, and the burl walnut wood trim. And we'll even take a look under the hood and at the cargo compartment in the back, and that famous third row reverse facing seating in the Mercedes wagon here. This vehicle is for sale at the date of this video posting here at AlphaCars. You can view the listing on our website, alphacars.com. Also reach out to us directly, 978-263-9000. On our website, you can view a list of technical data about this car, including the remaining tire and brake life, as well as the free Carfax report and original window sticker. We do offer vehicle transportation as well, so still reach out to us if you're liking this wagon but you're not local. With all that being said, let's get into the video. First, let's review the exterior of this E-Class and that stunning color we were talking about. First, on the passenger side, we're going to look down the panel at this angle so we can see any irregularities and how the light might reflect, which means we'll be able to see any dings, dents, or scratches. And this side of the car, it does look really nice. I don't have anything major to see or point out. Looking at the wheel on this side, nice clean 5-spoke design, and there's a little bit of cosmetic blemish right here. Now looking at the front passenger side wheel. Once again, a little bit of cosmetic blemishing right here, but it is purely cosmetic. One other spot right here. This car does ride super smooth, goes down the highway beautifully. Now resuming, making our way around the car. Back at the tailgate of the vehicle. Everything looks very nice back here with some minimal imperfections on the bumper's edge as well as the bottom of the tailgate. But checking out the bumper here, you can see just some normal wear and tear from putting stuff in the back over the years. And there is the blemish right here, I do want to point out. But I mentioned factory original paint on the metal panels. We confirmed that by evaluating the texture, the distribution of the metallic on each panel, and using our paint thickness meter. So we measured all of the paint thickness on the metal panels, and it is within the factory specification. Now going down the driver's side, I am not finding any serious things to report. Yeah, I don't think I see any dings or anything. You can see how glossy it is. The paint is in really nice condition. And taking a peek at the glass, this is factory Mercedes glass. It does have the stamp on it there, and it has the sticker on the other lower corner. And yeah, there's a couple little imperfections in the glass here and here. Nothing major, but there are a couple little imperfections. And looking at the roof of the Mercedes, other than a little bit of stuff that has been falling off the trees here, because the car's been outside just for a few hours, and in New England with all the trees and the wind, the cars don't stay clean that long. But other than that, the roof does look really nice. And let's review the wheels on this side of the Mercedes. This rear wheel on the driver's side is looking nice. A couple minor imperfections, is like a little minor scuff here and right here. It might not even be seen on camera, it's so minimal. And this wheel is looking really, really nice on this side. You can see light cosmetic blemish right there, but that's it. Now let's pay attention to the hood. And you can see the reflection of the sky. It's very glossy. And there are some imperfections from the highway use. So like right here, that's a chip, and there's some little bits of pitting and little other paint chips, and a couple other areas. Like right here, you can see that's a little chip and that's a little chip. So the hood does have the presence of highway use, but this car, for most of its life, if not all its life, it did have partial paint protection film on it. Now that film, because we're full disclosure here, that film was starting to weather a bit, so we did remove it. And you can see underneath, like the bumper, the headlights, look at how clear the headlight lenses are with minimal to no imperfections. And the front of the hood, if we check out the front of the hood here, there's no blemishes or chips on the front. The chips kind of start back here a little bit because it had that partial paint protection film. And of course, if the next owner wanted to have paint protection film again, that's something we can quote and apply here, just to keep that in mind. But like I said, the car's appearance with that original paint protection film that was on it, it was taking away from its appearance, and we wanted to get it off the car before it was on there too long and then harder to remove and possibly damage the paint. But the paint's in awesome condition. Even look at the lower edges of the front bumpers and all of this area that has been so well preserved. The front of this car looks amazing. You would never suspect the age or mileage that it's been used. But like I said, where the film stopped previously, there's a few little chips on the hood just behind that. And now we make our way to the cargo area as we get into the interior of the E-Class. Arguably one of the most exciting areas of the wagon. Check out all that cargo space. This car comes with two full sets of mats, factory mats on the right here, and it's got the WeatherTech liners on the left. And the mats, you can see the rear mats here, they're in nice shape. The front mat has definitely seen some use, but that's what the mat is there for, to protect the factory carpet. And then the passenger mat there, front passenger mat, which that one does look very presentable. And now we have the WeatherTech liners, which we all know what these are. In the winter months especially, it's great to throw these in and really protect the interior of your vehicle. And now that I've removed the mats, we've got the final mat, the WeatherTech trunk liner. And check out this factory protection. So this sort of blue tint on this stainless steel panel, this is the protective plastic that comes on the car when it's new. So you can see underneath the material, the stainless steel is going to be pretty much perfect, apart from a few areas where it might have been rubbed through. This was just never peeled off when the car was new. So we're going to leave this up to the next owner, but if you want to go peel this off, this stainless steel panel will look, I would say 70 to 80% new. It would look really, really nice. So I just want to point that out. This isn't an imperfection or anything. It's just the factory protection that wasn't removed when the car was new. And we've got the factory cargo cover here. So this pulls back to protect the goodies you have back here. And there's also an upper net. So this net pulls up and it goes to some anchor points in the roof. So then whether you have a dog back here or you're stacked high with cargo, that'll keep things back here and not go into the passenger area. And of course the seats fold down and you just have tons of room in the wagon. But now let me remove this liner and show what surprise we have underneath. So the surprise is not the imperfections in the carpet. Unfortunately, there's just a couple imperfections. It's more just discoloration in the carpet, but that trunk liner being back here, that'll protect us from any future things and you won't even see it. But I took that liner out because you pull this up and you have the reverse facing seats, a famous thing in the Mercedes wagons. So we'll push the seatbelt receptacles in there, fold this out, and check this out. We've even got the cup holder for the people back here. So of course, these would fold up, and they do click into place. Just give them a push there. And of course, if you take out that cargo divider, these will sit back at a more natural angle. But for the purpose of this video, I just wanted to unfold the seat back here. And of course, this is an awesome ride if you're an adult, but especially for someone who's smaller size, like a kid, you might fit a bit better if that's the case. But you can see the full seat belts back here. And even check this out, little charger if you want to charge your phone while you're hanging out back here, going for the ride, checking the traffic behind you. So that's really all I have to show you in this rear area here. And it is one-touch operation to lower the tailgate. And if you want to view a picture of all those seats folded down and stuff removed, you can do so on the online listing. There's many pictures on there, high resolution, professionally done, where you can view every angle of this car. But now looking in the seating area in the back, plenty of legroom in the wagon here. And there is the power outlet there and a little bit of storage. You've got your vents back here. And of course, you have your armrest, and some cup holders do fold out of there. The headliner is in really nice shape in this car. Taking a look at it from this angle, I will show you the sunroof as well when we get into the front of the vehicle. And this also has the shades, which both work well in the rear doors, the sunshades here. And even all the gaskets and door edges, everything's really clean, minimal to no corrosion. Car is in excellent shape. This car was actually owned, the most recent owner was a local customer. They owned this for around 5 years. It treated them well. They loved the car, but they recently traded it in towards another Mercedes. So they had the wagon for a good while, and then they decided to get into another gorgeous Mercedes. But now looking at the front of the vehicle, once again, the door jambs and everything are clean and tidy. This door panel looks really nice. I don't see any sort of discoloration or wear on the buttons or the armrest there. Dashboard looks really nice. Of course, that wood trim. Glove box, you can see the soft open on the glove box works great. And there is the factory owner's manual with the car and a few booklets. There's also 2 factory keys. You can see both of them are there, the factory Mercedes key fobs. And you can view a picture of those factory booklets on the listing, as well as the keys. And looking at the passenger seat condition, I see little to no wear on the seat. It kind of looks new. It's not something we want to say often, but it does look really, really nice. Now, as we make our way to the driver's seat, I'll shut the one-touch operation hatch. I'd open that quickly as there was a bee that flew into the back and he was looking for a way out. Now at the driver's door, the buttons and the armrest, I don't see any sort of wear or discoloration over here. And looking into the interior, up at the headliner, you can see things are nice and tidy. And before we hop in, let's take a look at the driver's seat. And things look pretty good. That upper cushion, I don't see any wear or anything to be concerned with. The bottom cushion, I do want to point out, this was recovered at some point, and the aftermarket material, it probably will hold up better than the factory material. It's very thick, but because it's very thick, there were some areas that, you know, are definitely not super attractive, but we're full transparency here, and we just want to point out this was recovered at some point. And while the wrinkles and lines, you know, they're not super attractive, at the end of the day, most of the time, anytime the car is being used, you're going to be sitting in the seat, not looking at it. And this is certainly better than what we assume would have been, you know, some worn or ripped factory material. So just want to point that out to set the expectation. And now, one touch operation, we start the car right up. And now I'm gonna reveal the mileage, 119,301 miles. With the condition of the car, would you have expected that? Let me know in the comments. I think this car presents much younger than it actually is, but 119,000, that's really not much at all for this platform. This Mercedes platform really proven to go over 250,000 miles pretty easily with just routine maintenance. Of course, maybe some minor repairs here and there, as with any vehicle. So 119,000 miles, you know, this thing's ready to go. Another 100,000 just with some normal maintenance. And like I said, maybe a couple little minor things here and there. And of course, with the Wagon, you've got all the utility and cargo space for your travels. And looking at the buttons and everything, we've got the dual zone climate control, heated seats, which they both work great, both the drivers and the passenger. And yeah, all these buttons and the clock here, like the lens on the clock, everything looks really, really good. There's really nothing to report. The center armrest, I don't see any sort of wear on here, and it does operate nice and smooth. And of course, you've got some media inputs in there and more storage. And let me show you the sunroof operation. So opening the shade there, just want to show you it all works good, no weird noises, and we can crack the sunroof there. And just always check things like this on, no matter how well a vehicle was taken care of, you know, always check operations like that on a used vehicle. That's why I'm showing you how this one works in this video. Let's pay attention to the steering wheel for a second. A couple very light cosmetic blemishes. There's a little one here, and just a little one here. It's just a little bit of the finish is kind of worn away, but it's kind of underneath. So depending on how you hold the steering wheel, you'll probably never touch that or notice. But overall, the steering wheel does present nicely. Just a couple little scuffs right there. But like I said, overall, it does look good. And oh yeah, before I show you the engine compartment, we've got the infotainment, which I was just on the radio where we can go to navigation. The lines on the screen, if it's flashing at all, that's just due to the camera's effect. Everything works great in person. And if I put it in reverse, you can actually see the mats I put on the ground for the car. And of course, that will help immensely with reversing and maneuvering the Wagon. Now, as we pop the hood, it has some pneumatic struts. So with one hand, you can open it right up. And we've got, I might say, the legendary Mercedes V6 here, around 300 horsepower. Really tried and true, as I was saying. This engine and transmission, just with normal maintenance, very reliable, very fun to drive, very powerful and torquey. And looking at some of our bolts here, you can see all the fender bolts. There's no wrench marks or anything, so all the paint is original here, further proving our findings. It's another thing we check for wrench marks on body panels, because if there's wrench marks on this, someone had the panel off or was aligning something. And if it's factory paint and didn't need to be removed or repainted, nothing should be, you know, getting realigned. So that should never be messed with unless the car is in an accident. And then looking at the strut towers here, the paint looks great and all the bolts are nice and clean. Overall, it's just nice and clean under here, even underneath the hood. A little bit of superficial corrosion here and there, but nothing to be worried about there. So now that we've taken a very detailed look at this Mercedes, I want to thank you for watching this video. Please leave a like on it if it was helpful. If you are interested in this Mercedes, give us a call, send us an email, and we'd be happy to speak with you about it and talk about the shipping options if you need those. And if this car has sold and you're watching this video, but you're looking for another one, well, still reach out to us. We specialize in finding vehicles like this, so I'm sure we could find something for you. This has been Ian reporting from our Boxborough location. Please subscribe so then you don't miss out on the latest motoring content.